Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Rage Quit podcast with my co-host Rich. Rich, how you doing?
I am good. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So we've had a little bit of a break, 2 weeker this time, and well, the reason for that is obviously I went to the football last weekend and I was seriously not in the mood. Yeah, I knew. Rich has found some new toys on Discord, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to hear some funny noises. I can't put it on there because I'm recording the actual bit. So Rich has free reign with some sound effects. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be pretty much things like Tricky went to go watch Arsenal lose to West Ham.
yeah, there we go.
Stuff like
Um,
that. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I went to go watch that, and that was fairly horrific. I was in the away end with my dad. We went so he wanted to get a drink beforehand. So we went to a couple of pubs and they wouldn't let him in because he was in all his full West Ham gear. And then we
Not in
found
shorts and socks as well, surely.
no, it wasn't shorts and
Oh.
socks, but it was he couldn't put a coat on to cover his West Ham top on up because the coat was a West Ham coat. So there was
Okay.
that's what I mean by full. Anyway, we found the scummiest weatherspoons we could find, and we thought, oh, we're in here. Don't you worry about it. We go
And you
in.
thought, oh crap, we're around Arsenal, aren't we? So gonna be scummy.
It was actually near the Tottenham Stadium, but anyway. So we were in there and he got a drink, and then the bouncer kicked us out. I never in my life have ever been kicked. Have you ever been kicked out of a Weatherspoons? I've been in
I
some.
don't think is it even possible to get kicked out of Weatherspoon? I
Well,
mean,
this is
clearly it is, but yeah.
this is what I thought. I've never felt shame like it. As long as there is money in your pocket, you're allowed in. I've been in some right states in a Weatherspoons before and never been kicked out. You know, you could take a piss in the corner of the room and not get kicked out of a Weatherspoons. And there we are, walking out with 100 Arsenal fans singing "Cheerio" as we're escorted out with the bouncers. The
At least they
shame.
weren't singing it on the way out, eh?
Yeah, no, they weren't. That was horrific. That honestly, that was so bad. Absolutely, they were crap. They were just
It made it better by Tottenham winning that weekend as well.
yeah. You got a spring in your step. I think it's like three in a row, isn't it?
No, we lost to Man City midweek, didn't we?
Yeah, okay, well that's look the way you
But
were
we picked up
going. Yeah,
we picked up more points than you in the last two games. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, yeah. No, that's great.
But
So I did that, and I was knackered. I messaged you, and I wasn't. I was sort of like, oh, do you fancy doing? I can't remember how I said it, but I worded it in a way that it was like, oh, no big deal if we don't do it. So I was like, oh, you want to do a pod? And then you were like, maybe next week. I was like, yeah, fine with that. So here we are.
yeah, it's just that it's only because like nothing's really news come out that week, was it?
No, and it's one of the things that I struggle with podcasting is doing it weekly. So I've said it before. Some people can do it and they do a great job of it. I just can't. I need a couple of weeks to get me claws into things. What have you been up to in the last? It's been 2 weeks. Been up to
Um,
much?
usual working.
Yeah.
That takes up a lot of time during the day and in the evenings. Started streaming on Twitch now, so I've completely come off TikTok. Streaming on Twitch, so just trying to build that up at the moment and try and get to affiliate on there, so I can maybe get subs and stuff on there as well now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Twitch.
Drop your what's it R13CH, yeah, on Twitch.
Yeah. Just R13CH if anyone's interested in watching some games on there.
I
Also,
did.
don't forget to subscribe and like this podcast. Subscribe to the channel. If you like it, get it in at the beginning.
Yeah. I did drop in on your stream last night, and when obviously your wife, Mama Shah, is also streaming.
Yep, she is.
So you're doing couples Fortnite playing. It's good to watch. I always
That's
like
how we started, wasn't it?
yeah I quite like to jump from stream to stream. and just like chuck the odd thing in.
Give abuse
Yeah,
and
exactly, and then move on to the next one.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like it. It's good fun.
It's quite funny though because as I was looking through her TikTok, like when she first started streaming, all the videos are us three, like the rescue missions on Fortnite and
Ah, yeah.
like just
We
stuff
will
stuff
we
you just
will
love.
get back onto that. I need, well, one, there's a lot of games out at the moment, and I'll get
Mm,
into it. But two, I needed I just burnt out on Fortnite. I get like that. It's like I dove right into Call of Duty when it came out, and I'm sort of off that now as well. So I will get back onto Fortnite because it is always a good laugh.
yeah,
I just get burnt out with it, but
yeah.
yeah,
It's more sort of with Fortnite. It's not so much like sweating it and getting you leveled up. Bothered about that. It's more who I play with and just having a laugh. Like it's one of those games where you can have a laugh, not take it too seriously, and if you get killed, then you just start a new game. And
yeah, no, it's a good laugh. It really is a good laugh.
uh,
Right, games. Getting into games.
yes,
What have you been playing? I've got a horrible feeling you're going to say Fortnite, and then that's going to be the end of the conversation.
well, it's only because work. I do a lot of stuff in the evenings at home for work, so it's sort of Fortnite. I only really play on either Friday, but it's mainly Saturday evening.
Mm,
Just when I know I haven't got to can spend hours and team up with Shah and just play it for a couple of hours and not have to worry about the next day. But um, I've been trying that Delta Force, which someone recommended on YouTube in the comments. Um,
yes,
had a few games of that. Jury's still out on that one, I think.
lots of bugs on it. It
Yeah,
feels a lot like Battlefield to me, just maybe slightly harsher on
yep,
the time to kill. Um,
yeah.
it's quite slick for a free game. It's there's plenty of polish. Wow, that's hard to say because there are bugs and stuff,
It's
but
not. I
it's a
don't think it's
gloss.
so much the
It's
game.
gone.
It's not so much the gameplay, is it? It's more the menu systems, stuff like that on Delta Force that are more buggy than the actual game.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I think you're probably right there. Yeah, we also had another recommendation from Gaming Generations podcast, and it was Dark Souls 3. Ian, no one asked you, all right? Look, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. He just wants to see us in pain, basically. It's yeah, ridiculous.
Is that another one of those like Death Simulator ones?
Oh mate, you don't go anywhere near it. I'd strongly recommend if you're feeling that way inclined, just play Elden Ring. You don't need to play
Yeah.
anything else. Elden Ring is the perfect sweet spot for that kind of thing.
Oh, I couldn't stand Elden Ring.
No,
I just, I've never been unalived so many times in a game.
I actually, it's not my game. It's not my sort of game either. But I do quite like it. I can appreciate just the grand sense of scale with it and just
Mm.
everything about it. The fact that they completely changed the way they did things. They went open world and yeah, no, I can appreciate all that. That's yeah, pretty good. Um Games wise for me, there's a lot of games out there, mate. One of them I think is going to be on my game of the year list, to be honest with you, because I'm absolutely addicted to it. It's brilliant, and there isn't an awful lot of people talking about it. And that's a game called Ender Magnolia. It's a Metroidvania. I say it's a Metroidvania. It's the Metroidvania. It is absolutely superb, and I would highly recommend anyone go give it. I know there's a lot of big games out at the moment. There's Monster Hunter Wilds. We got Kingdom Come Deliverance, but this Ender Magnolia, I'd be put it this way: we'd have had an absolutely killer year if this doesn't end up in my sort of top five, or me
See, I've
thinking about.
not even heard of it.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Yeah, you play this. You play a girl, and she doesn't actually do any combat. You get like these android type things, and you get
Right.
you get your first one, and they do the so every time every time you hit like the attack button, this android will suddenly appear and do the attack for her. So she doesn't actually do any combat. It's all the android, and then you get new like robot thingies, and they have a different ability, and then you can do other like a Metroidvania, you can get to
Mm.
different areas and then you can go back to places. And what I like about this one is that it's got fast travel on it to make it a bit easier, because some Metroidvanias where they don't have a fast travel system, you get a new ability and then you got to trek all the way back and remember to where you had to go. But the maps are super clear on this. The areas that you've done and haven't done, and you can fast travel all over the shot and get stuff done. The boss battles in it are it's got me right on the edge. What this game reminds me of, and listeners will kind of understand this, I think, is it. I get the same feeling when I'm playing this as I did when I played Death's Door, where it was a challenging game and probably a bit too challenging for my liking normally, but there was a level of accessibility with it that you're like, oh, I can do this. I can do this for sure. And like, I'll do a boss battle. And I did it fairly early on where he kept on killing me, but there was always a point where I'm like, I can definitely beat this guy for sure. And I go after go after go, and then I finally crack it, and I cheered and I was like, oh, get in, done it, and then that wasn't the boss over. He went into a second phase, and
Fair enough.
that made me rage quit. I've rage quit on this game a few times. Genuinely, I have. It will make you rage quit, but then 5 minutes to cool down, and I'm like, oh no, I want to get back on it. I really want to play this game again. So I've been on it a fair bit. It stopped me playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Um, and it's absolutely superb. 20 quid. It's on
Mm.
Steam. I know it for sure. It's on PlayStation. I'd be surprised if it wasn't on Xbox. I think it's on everything. Ender Magnolia. It's called. What's the little? Hang on, tech. Two
You have to
seconds.
send me a little link to it.
Yeah, mate. It's honestly, it's superb. And I haven't wanted to say anything on the Discord about it because obviously we were recording this. But what's it called? Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist. And I'm telling you, it's really good. I'll send it over to you, so you can get a look at it. But
Yeah. All right.
I'm 8 hours in. I reckon the game's about 15 hours long, but it's magic. It's honestly not enough people are talking about this game. It's
Mm.
superb. I can't recommend it enough. Like I said, me making the comparison about Death's Door. So some of the listeners will know how I felt about Death's Door. It was one of my favourites. Um, and this is right on up there. And for it to stop me playing other games, I haven't got this hooked on a game for ages, and that's what I wanted. I
Mm.
wanted something to get its claws in. This has done it, and I
There's been
feel gone.
quite a few games, isn't there? Right, in the last couple of weeks that have dropped, like Avowed and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, so
Um,
it stopped me from. So I played a bit of Avowed, and we'll get into that. But I just wanted to, yeah, to End of Magnolia. I had to get it out there because it's so good. Not enough people are talking about it. Not enough people are talking about it at all. But everyone, go check it out. I'm telling you, it's a 10 out of 10 game. It's so
yeah.
good. I did play a bit of Avowed. The thing that stopped me carry on playing it is this game, but Avowed, I sort of played it. It's a the only thing I thought about when I first started playing it was I remembered the original trailers of the game, and I can't help but think, Jesus Christ, this is a hell of a downgrade.
I've seen quite a lot of videos about that, or like the trailers that dropped like 3, 4 years ago,
Yeah,
where it looked like the trailers were aimed at like not specific, like, but aimed at men, sort of like bow and arrows, like killing all this sort of thing, and then it's completely different.
yeah.
And it's yeah,
So when I started it up, you start off and it's like a shipwreck, and you come see you get your first weapon. It's a spear, and I was really unsure about it because the spear you just jab. That's all you're doing. The combat is a bit when you first start it up, you get your spear and it's jab, 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 jab. You're doing the same thing over and over again, and then you can do like a magic charge jab, but it's the same thing.
Right.
So I was real put off. I was like, oh fucking hell, is it gonna be like this all game? And then I got a bow and arrow, and straight away I was like, oh okay, this is how I'm gonna play the game. Bow and arrow, that's the way forward. Because the spear was crap. So I was like, I'm gonna be an archer for this game. Brilliant. That'll do. It's good enough. So then I carry on, and then you pick up a wand and a magic book, and then
Right.
that's what I think they designed that first and made a game around it. Because as soon as you get that, you're like, oh, I'm a wizard, Harry, and you're off to the races. You're zapping people with your wand, and then on your other key bindings for the book, you got 4 key bindings, and the book will do like a flame spell. It'll freeze. It's really the game completely changed when you got the wand and the book. It became 10 times better. I think the enemies are a bit. You'll have 3 enemies stood in an area. The AI is not all that. It's
Mm.
it's not the biggest game in the world, but that is not a criticism because I am seriously I'm kind of done to a certain degree with open world games, and it's actually refreshing to have something that's a little tighter and a little more should we say concise? I don't know what the word is, but I wasn't against the fact that it was a smaller game. I thought it looks really nice. The world, your surroundings look great in some of the
Mm.
areas you go to, but Ender Magnolia has absolutely scuppered that game. Um,
Yeah.
Another game that I've been playing a little bit of is Monster Hunter Wilds. Now I've got this on a family share, so I'm playing it when the guy who bought it is not. So I don't want to sort of I don't want to hog it all day and put someone off playing their own game. So I've tried. I've
Are
probably
you on that family share then? Can you not play games at the same time then?
no, no, and
Oh.
the person that owns the game obviously has right away. So if they click on it, it boots you off the game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't. You can't play things at the same time, but it's still it's still very good, that family share thing. So I have played a bit of Monster Hunter Worlds, and so far so good. It's it's been really successful on Steam. I don't know what the numbers are on PlayStation and stuff, but on Steam it's over 1 million players on day one. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be it's good, probably the best Monster Hunter game there's been, but from how I'm seeing it, I've done
I've
the
never
two.
played the first one though, to be honest.
Well, there's been a lot. There's been a lot of Monster Hunter games. Are
Yeah.
you talking about Monster Hunter Worlds?
Any of them.
Well,
I've not played any of them.
the thing is, I'm not the biggest player of Monster Hunter games. I did play Worlds a little bit, but not loads. But you've just got to keep on. It's a bit of a grindy game where you've got to keep on harvesting materials from different monsters to attack a big monster, and you need to
Mm.
set your gear up ready for a particular battle you're about to go do. Um, but yeah, so I've been playing a little bit of it. I probably 3 or 4 hours, I reckon. Um,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but I am gonna be on End of Magnolia as much as possible, and then obviously we've got oh geez, what have we got coming up?
Thursday. It's a big one, isn't it?
It is yeah, Split Fiction. I bought it. Split Fiction has been bought. It's actually downloaded because I've got serious problems with my internet. It's not problems, but it just takes forever to download
I sent
something.
you a message. I sent you a message Monday, didn't I, about Delta Force? You started downloading it Monday, and then you think you messaged Friday saying it's done.
No, no. I said to you about Delta Force. You were like, oh, I don't know what to play. I'm like, well, if it helps, I'm downloading Delta Force at the moment. My problem is because I get like I don't have like an aerial in the house, so all the TVs through the internet.
Right.
And because my internet's not that good, if I'm downloading, I can't watch Netflix
Oh.
because it stutters and stuff. So I have to turn
Hmm.
off. I have to turn my computer off. So yeah, Delta Force 100 gig or whatever it is took a seriously long time. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I had to wait around for like 25 minutes for it to download.
yeah, I know it's just a joke.
It's just,
Yeah, I know. One day I'll get that good internet, but it's not at the moment. But Split Fiction next weekend, going to be all over it. That's
yep.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that very much. While we've been off, Balatro is now on Game Pass, so it's now officially on everything. The most addictive game of last year. Go give it a go. Try it out.
Do you know, I didn't even turn my Xbox app on for like a week and a half, so I don't even know what's on there. I don't think it's been news being added or.
Nothing massive just yet. I think we got. Is it Atomfall? There's a
I was
game
about to
coming.
say, Am falls at the end of the month,
Is
about the
it?
27th ish.
I got you. Give Balatro a little go because it's
Yeah.
included with Game Pass, and you're only good at poker. Do you know like the basic
Oh,
hands of poker?
oh, that kind of poker. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. That's what you need the sound effect then, didn't
here we go. I'm
it?
chucking. I'm chucking. There, look, I'll put it away. Done.
Um, no, I've never been a poker player. More roulette if I play stuff like go to the casino.
Give Pilatra a little go because it was a lot of people's game of the year last year.
Hmm.
Fantastic and super addictive. Something I still play regularly now. I'm on 76 hours with it.
Hmm.
Highly recommend. Give it a try because that's a great little game. But yeah, Split Fiction next week, all over it. I'm very excited for that. Yeah. So I think that's it for games. Apart from a bit of gaming news, it kind of sucks. Monolith is being shut down by Warner Brothers Studios, which I think is a total piss take. Monolith, they did the Lord of the Rings games, Shadow of War or
Oh,
whatever it is.
mate, I really liked Shadow,
Yeah. Uh,
and the second one I never even played. That's still in the cellophane in the
the
cupboard.
the first one was a bit of a bit of a cult classic, wasn't it? Loads of people really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
And yeah, they're being shut down now for I don't know. It just seems to be happening all over the shop. To be honest with you,
but
um,
Ubisoft are shutting down loads of stuff as well, aren't they?
yeah, yeah, they are. It's Ubisoft. I mean, Ubisoft could potentially be in big trouble. I don't know how
Yeah.
much money. I don't know how much money they make from Rainbow Six Siege because that's been going on for a long, long time, and they obviously
Hmm.
there's a battle pass every 5 minutes with it. But yeah, they've got the new Assassin's Creeds coming out shortly.
That's this month, isn't it?
It is this month. It is
Yeah.
this month. It's the one based in China or Japan, or it's the one that
Yeah, Shadows or something, isn't it?
people have been crying out for since Assassin's Creed's been a thing, and I don't know. They may have half-assed it. There was some leaks going around. I've not looked into them because I don't want to completely spoil things for myself, but I'm not hearing good things.
I've
Um,
not played an Assassin's Creed for a long time. I mean, I got Valhalla when the PlayStation 5 first came out,
yeah, see, I didn't finish that.
and that just annoyed me. It was more sort of, it was less Assassin's Creedy and more sort of walking around on horseback and
Yeah, the one based in Egypt I thought was brilliant, as was
mm,
Black Flag. Those two, I really enjoyed both of those. And then there was Odyssey, which was massive.
yeah,
It was absolutely massive, but still, it was still pretty good. But then Valhalla came along, and it just felt big for the sake of being big.
mm,
Not really an awful lot to do, and yeah, I don't know. I think then they've made that smaller version of Assassin's Creed, going back to their roots. Was it Mirage? And I didn't play it. I don't know how
yeah.
many
I've not
people
played.
did. This is the
It's
thing.
on my it's on my list of games that are still wrapped up in the cupboard.
Oh, you did buy it.
Yeah,
You just didn't play
I
it.
didn't realize I didn't realize I had it.
Oh,
I picked it
right.
up last time, didn't I? I saw it on Steam or whatever, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind giving that a go.
Yeah.
And then didn't buy it, thankfully. And then I was going through my game cupboard, and it was in there, still wrapped up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna wait for all the reviews to come out, but it's iffy. And then I don't know what happens with Ubisoft after that. If they can no longer sell Assassin's Creed, they're in real trouble because that was their annual flagship. Uh,
mm.
so I don't know I don't know where they go from there if they can't unless they bring back Splinter Cell. But do you
Aren't they
trust?
supposed to be doing a remake of it?
Who knows? I got no idea, but I haven't seen anything.
Maybe they're waiting to see how much money they make from Assassin's Creed, and then
I don't think it's going to
go
be a
from
lot,
there.
mate. I do not. I, I don't know. Again, do you remember I said about there are certain developers that I trust fully, and I'll buy a
Yeah.
game, and Ubisoft is not one of those. I've seriously got to wait to see a review to see what kind of
Mm.
thing they bring out. Um,
A few moments later.
Sorry, guys, bit of technical difficulty there, but we're back. Um, I kind of lost where we were. I think we kind of gotten over the game stuff now, haven't we?
Yeah, I was just saying we just need Rockstar to pull their thumbs out now, don't we?
Oh, that was it. That was it. Yeah. Well, we do. I'm hoping they're still saying it's coming out this year.
I had the mum in again the other day on Saturday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
and she was on the phone to her son. And she said, he just sold his house. And I just every now and again chirped in and said, "You ain't got time to buy houses, mate."
He's sorry.
Get the game finished.
Sorry. Where's he bought a house in Scotland?
Well, he lives in Scotland.
Yeah,
He's just sold his house, but he's buying a new one.
in Scotland.
Yeah,
Good. That's a good sign because if he was moving down to London or something, probably not a good sign. But he's
mate. Yeah, he's just every time like we mentioned it, he just sort of like laughed. And
yeah.
obviously, he's probably signed God knows how many
Oh,
NDAs.
mate, yeah.
Like,
Mate, they probably got his phone bugged.
yeah, probably.
Probably.
They said, well, his mum did say they were hoping the second trailer was supposed to have dropped in February this year. But
Oh,
it
really?
hasn't.
No. They kept.
But
The thing is, right, the longer they leave it, it probably will leak.
yeah,
Especially, it's worse
we
nowadays.
find out how much he gets though if once the game's completed, he gets a completion bonus.
Oh, does he? Is it? Go on.
You could buy a house with it.
Fucking hell. And
Yeah.
just think how many people work on that game. Hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah, I don't know how high up he actually is on it, but yeah, it's a lot.
He's in for a good chunk of change.
Yeah. So
Nice. Well, look, I'll be putting my hand in my pocket for that. As soon as you can pre-order, I will be pre-ordering.
I still reckon an October, November time it's coming out.
Yeah, and it's finally, I think, it's a system seller game, isn't it? Is it?
Mm.
Is it timed exclusive on PlayStation?
I don't know. I think you said it was exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah, it might just be me, but me doing my thing there because that could be a lie. But I've got to say that this will get people to put their hand in their pocket and get a console. And I would strongly, now the way Xbox have been doing things, get a PlayStation because all the Xbox games are coming onto PlayStation anyway.
We went to Smith's last week.
Oh, here we go.
And they're like rocking horse shit at the moment, but they had one PlayStation disc drive on the shelf.
Right.
And I was literally like stood there for like 10 minutes just staring at this disc drive. Do I buy a PS5 Pro?
Yeah.
The only reason I'm not buying them is because you can't get hold of the disc drive.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, you know what? I just walked away. I was like, we went in there again today, and I was like, do you know what? They've got it. I'm buying it. I'm gonna show it on the podcast. I'll hold it up. Got the PS5 Pro. Went there, no disc drive.
Oh no! But you don't play your PlayStation, do you?
No, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's shiny. It's something shiny. I think when GTA 5 comes out, you're going to get you. I know what you're
will have-
like. You'll have a
I will have one
PS5
before
Pro.
that. Yeah, I will have one before that. Like the only annoying thing is I've got my PS5 all nice with like black covering on it,
Mm.
so it fits in with my desk quite nicely. And I don't think you can buy the covers for the new style ones. yet.
It won't be long. It won't be long until they got black covers for it. I wouldn't worry too much about that. If you look at somewhere like D Brand or something like that, there'll be something out there now,
Yeah.
for sure.
When I
Um,
see a disk drive on the shelf, I'm buying it.
you're going to buy it, and that'll be
Yeah.
the catalyst for going pro.
Yeah, and then I was looking at the games because there's game like I'm not overly in the loop with like certain games,
Mm.
but is that like Pirate Yakuza?
Yeah, yeah,
See that looks quite funny. Like,
Yeah.
that looks quite
Mental.
an amusing game.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are you thinking about getting it?
I was thinking about it.
Oh, mate, you should. I think you should. I mean, you don't play enough new games.
Hmm.
You play Fortnite, and that's pretty much it. I think the
The
problem
trouble
is,
though, like it's hard doing like with kids as well. Like it's hard to find time to. It's like all these games I've got, like the games like God of War, Ragnarok, Spider-Man. Like I didn't play Spider-Man 2 yet.
mm,
You need a good few hours just to get into it, play it. Like
yeah,
a good 3-4 hours, and I just don't have the time to do that at the moment.
don't
with
have
work
it.
as well. And
yeah.
the only spare time I get at the moment is like on a Saturday evening. It's nice to do a bit of gaming with Shar, but she only really plays Fortnite.
She does only play Fortnite, and so we did play 3-player earlier today, didn't we? And
Yep.
it
Took her
she's
well out of her comfort zone, didn't we?
she sent a message afterwards of a photo of her back on Fortnite, and it felt as if it was like a relief for her. Like, oh, thank God, thank God, I don't have to play any more of them scary games.
It's just different, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
it was worth a try for sure.
going from Fortnite to Delta Force was a bit of a.
Yeah, no, I did
Leap
say
of
that. I did say that when it was loading. I'm like, I don't think this is the game to wean her off of Fortnite.
But then I did set up the game so you had a quick game of It Takes Two, didn't you?
Yes, but she
Yeah,
she didn't like it. You were
I
much
think I
more
said
on
to you-
board for it than
I
she
think I said
was.
to you before, like she gets very frustrated with games. That's why I've never really suggested it to her. 'Cause she gets frustrated with games like that.
Yeah, and I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, but hey ho, we tried.
Bless her.
Yeah,
Bless
yeah.
her.
Is she on Fortnite now?
Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know actually.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So she's actually you did a Fortnite tattoo for her, didn't you? While we've been off, she's got a
She did,
Fortnite
yes.
crown.
She did. Little sweat.
Yeah, that is, there are levels to this game. I actually think she's probably better than the both of us at Fortnite. Certainly me. Certainly
Really,
me.
right? Like without blowing my own trumpet, I used to like when I was playing it like properly. I think I was good at it.
You're all right.
Um, when I was doing like 30 hours a week playing Fortnite, like 30, 40 hours a week. But now I play it like one day a week.
Yeah.
She's running rings around me on it, like,
Yeah.
and it just proves like games like that you have to be consistent.
You got to be on it all the time. It's the same with Call of Duty. As soon as you stop being on it every day, you do
You
sort
just
of
lose your edge a little bit, don't you?
that's it. You lose that little edge. Yeah. Right, movies, TV. Have you watched anything? Let's watch something. Come on.
You know, like the only thing started watching this week again. It's like it's finding time. Like,
Yeah.
we sort of watch it whilst we're having dinner.
Mm.
Is there's a series on BBC iPlayer called "Am I Being Unreasonable?"
Right.
Got Daisy May Cooper. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
You ever seen This Country?
No.
I recommend watching that on iPlayer. I'm pretty sure it's called This Country. It's almost like a mockumentary, a bit like The Office type thing, but it's following like a bloke and a woman who live in a country village on benefits. Like that. It's really funny.
Oh, I think I
Seems like
have
amazing.
seen that.
And it's got a bloke in it. It looks a bit like Gareth from The Office.
Yes, are they Welsh or something, or
No, it's somewhere north, like
North?
Yorkshire or something like that.
I've definitely seen it before. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But she's in this. Am I being unreasonable? The second season's dropped. It's obviously can't go too much into it about what it's about, but there's a classic moment like in the first season where she's got a friend round and they're drinking. She's like, I'm just gonna go to the kitchen and get some more. Comes back and like we're watching it, and this character just shouts out, "Leroy Jenkins," and runs into the lounge with all the alcohol. So like I started wetting, and Charles just like, so funny. And then I had to explain the whole Leroy Jenkins thing to her, and kind of lost to it. Yeah, no, that's the only thing we've really been watching this week because, again, it's just time. Like I've had one of those weeks where, with work, it's been a lot of design work out of work.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah, it's like last Friday I got home, started doing stuff at home for work at 5. I didn't get off my work computers and stuff like that till 11. By then it's bed, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you've been to the cinema about 50,000 times this week.
Not that much. I did go to watch a film called The Monkey, which is about a little drumming monkey. It's a Stephen King short story that they've turned into a movie. Which, yawning just thinking about it. It was all right. It was entertaining.
I was half expecting you to go like, oh, I saw a film this week about a monkey. Yeah, it's got a tiger in it.
I'd say it's more of a comedy than anything. Gruesome, very gruesome deaths, but they're done in such a way that it's really funny. It was okay, like a 6 out of 10, 6.5 maybe. It was passable. I did enjoy it. I sound as if I'm being real downbeat on it, saying it's a 6 out of 10, but I had a lot of fun watching it. It was good. We also went to go see a comedian called Milton Jones, who he's been on. What was Milton Jones on? Was he on Mock the Week? I'm pretty sure he was on Mock the Week, and he does a lot of silly dad joke one-liners. He's always doing one-liners.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah. So we went to go see him at the Pavilion. We're going to go see Greg James. No, not Greg James.
Okay.
No, it's not Greg James. Greg Davies. Who's the guy from The Inbetweeners? And he was in
Greg Davies.
Greg Davies. We're going to watch Greg Davies stand up on Tuesday.
We tried to get tickets for that as soon as we saw it. We couldn't get tickets.
Yeah, well,
last one we saw was Paul Smith.
Oh yeah, see, I want to go see Paul Smith. Where did you watch him at?
Pavilion. No, Bic.
He was at the Bic. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
It wasn't great.
No?
It wasn't great, mate. No. Like, I think I expected too much because you see all these videos, and like, don't get me wrong, it was good. But you see all these videos, and he very rarely interacted with the audience.
And that's the thing he's known for.
Yeah, he did like 1 or 2 little chats with a couple of people, and that was it. And then the whole thing just consisted of about 3 stories that he was just telling ages to tell. And yeah.
Was it about like drug use and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, it was a Pablo tour, so it was talked about his McLaren, whatever it was, the car that he bought, and then about the trip with his friend. This
is the problem. And this, I watch or listen to a podcast called Two Bears, One Cave. It's Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. Anyway, they're part of the Joe Rogan gang. They're a couple of comedians, and their podcast is really funny. But there is an element of they get to a point where you're so successful, I don't know if you lose touch with reality, but what you're doing is you're talking about the things you know about. And let's say Paul Smith, he's talking about his McLaren. Well, I can't and never will relate to that. so it's just not as funny. Whatever it is he was talking about, you can't quite click. Now, moaning about, you look at the likes of Mickey Flanagan or
I'd like
that
to see him live.
yeah, that sort of type where they're moaning about their misses and how fucking mental they are. Brilliant. You can relate to that, and it makes it 10 times funnier.
See, the one that I never used to find funny, but I find absolutely hilarious now is Michael McIntyre.
Yeah,
Only because he goes on about his kids all the time.
Yeah.
And having kids, you can just relate to it. You're like, well, yeah, like the whole taking 20 minutes to find a shoe and shit like that. And it's, yeah.
yeah,
And he's a Spurs fan, so,
yeah.
I'm bored with that.
No, I know. But I know that's the thing. It is 10 times funnier when you can relate to the thing they're talking about. So as soon as they start
Yeah.
talking about a McLaren or something like that, I just sort of like, oh, okay. Yeah, and I'm sure it was funny and you laughed at it, but you'd have laughed 10 times more if he was talking about. I always remember not a Lee Evans thing where he talked about his missus and the broke down car and her thinking the handbrake was an air freshener because every time she pulled it down, the bad smell went away. Shit like that absolutely
Yeah.
crack me up. But yeah, it's when they lose touch with reality, or you can't relate to them. They just lose that
Yeah.
that edge.
I mean, you've got like a Bugatti on your driveway, so like obviously you can't relate to the McLaren.
Well, that's
Yeah.
you're one to talk.
What?
You're one to talk. Cars you've got.
What do you mean the cars I've got?
Well, you got a nice Merc, and you got the.
What, an A class? So's like half the country's population.
Well, I
is
suppose so.
A-class.
Yeah. Yeah. I got an Audi A3. That's another. God, we are
I'm an Audi driver.
we're stereotypes, aren't we? Everyone's got those
Yeah.
cars. It would be a Golf next. I'm telling you.
Yeah. The good thing
Loads.
about Audis is they're a bit cheaper in there because you don't have to pay for the indicators on them. So
Fucking hell, here we go. I've actually got very flashy indicators. They got the. Listen to us talking.
Charles does that as well. Actually, he
Yeah.
does the whole
Yeah, nice,
moving out sort of thing.
nice. It just
Yeah.
screams, "I'm considerably better than you."
It kind of annoys me actually because my car's like a year younger than hers. So hers is a 16 plate, mine's a 17 plate.
And yours
Like,
doesn't have it.
She's got like nicer indicators, like screens in her dash and stuff like that, and all digital dash malarkey.
Audi, mate, quality motor.
They do, mate. They are nice cars.
Yeah. But yeah, so Milton Jones we watched. We're going to go watch Greg Davies, and then we have got a lot. We've actually got to cancel the cinema. We were going to the cinema on Tuesday. Oh, that's one thing I messed up. It's Champions League Tuesday for Arsenal, and I'm not. Regardless of what I end up doing, I'm going to be missing it. So that was not well planned.
You probably won't need to watch it anyway, will you?
Oh no, so I'm depressed
Who have
enough.
you got?
PSV
Mm.
should do it. Should do PSV.
Mm.
The thing is, yeah, they're either going to beat them and go, "Oh, that's fully
I mean,
expected."
you should have beaten West Ham.
I know, it was awful. We can't score a goal now, and this is the thing I said. We lost the league as soon as they didn't buy a striker, and then it went from bad to worse with all the injuries. So
you lost the league when you didn't buy a striker.
yeah, no, that's what I'm
Still believing in Michael Arteta, are you?
still second. Still second. Here it is. Well timed. Well done. I bet your finger's been hovering over that button.
You are, though, aren't you? You are second place team now. You are you're basically the bridesmaids of the Premier League, aren't you?
Yeah. At least we're not the fucking jesters of
The ushers at the back.
the fucking toilet cleaner.
We know our place.
You've jumped up a little bit though, haven't you?
Where are we? 13th, I think.
Yeah. So I did make the odd jab previously about being in a relegation battle, but you are well out of that now. Genuinely, not.
Do you know, it's one of those things that people saying like United are in a relegation. They're not.
No.
Realistically, yes, there's 11 games left, but realistically, can you see teams like Southampton? Well, pretty much it's Ipswich in it and Leicester that are higher
Yeah.
up. Like Southampton are out of it. I can't see them making up 11, 12 points
Yeah,
in
no,
11 games.
I can't either. I really can't. Wolves, Cunha's just had a paddy out in the FA Cup, and he's out for the next 3, maybe 4 games, which is a real shitter because I just put him in my fantasy team because he had a good run. Wolves got a good run of games, so I was like, oh, I'll put Cunha in. And
Did you see the
yeah,
Palace Millwall?
The Millwall, yeah, Jesus Christ, he wants to be arrested. That bloke.
The referee wants like.
Oh well, you know who that was. You know,
Michael Oliver, wasn't it?
yeah, it was Michael Oliver.
But how can like the Liverpool
Mate.
Everton game, like Arnie Slot come up to him afterwards, said something. He's like, red card. A Millwall player flipping Bruce Lee Kung Fu kicked someone in the
Took
face.
his head
He's
off.
Like,
Oh
takes
well,
VAR to
mate.
like intervene.
Don't make me rant about him because I've done enough. I fucking hate the bloke. I think he's
He's one of
useless.
the best ones in the UK.
He's the top boy. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think it's a total shambles. I think he's a total shambles of a ref, to be honest
It's
with
not
you.
even like he was literally had a clear vision on that. Like he could see.
You don't even need a clear vision.
You could see the boot number on the bottom of his foot, right?
Mate, fucking look at the X-rays. It was rough. That was. Did you hear the Millwall fans chanting "Let him die, let him die, let him die"? Oh, it was rough. It was seriously rough. But yeah, that's probably Mateta out for a little while. I'd be surprised if he's that. Yeah, that was worst challenge. That could be the worst challenge I've ever seen. And he was like, "It's right on up there."
Yeah.
And yeah, he was
Yeah,
like,
that was
"Oh, I'm not
bad.
sure." I think VAR's just made refs lazy.
Yeah, but it's inconsistency, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, how can they do like one game say something and then another game not say anything? It's just, especially something like that. That's like a blatant straight red.
Yeah, it's a.
In fact, he had a yellow already, like, but it's a straight red.
It is a straight red. Absolutely a straight red. I thought it was crazy, and the fact that Michael Oliver didn't know. I don't think he knows how to referee. He just needs someone in his ear the whole time. He's yeah.
There might be a new rule coming in next year as well. Did you see that?
Yes. No. It's coming. It's on its way. 8-second goalkeeper time wasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, I reckon it's supposed to be the start of next season, isn't it? It'll be first 8 to 10 games.
Yeah.
They'll monitor it, and then they'll kind of forget about it, and because it's going to screw people over like Pickford.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, giving away corners all the time, but then they won't be in the Premier League next season anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Everton.
Oh yeah, shit. No, it's Everton, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Leicester in my head for some reason.
Yeah.
The Leicester keeper, he'll be screwed from it. The amount of time wasting he does, Jesus.
Yeah, I think one thing that I am interested in with just going back onto the who's being relegated and stuff. Southampton are on 9 points, aren't they?
Yeah.
The record is 11 points for the worst ever run. I'd be
I thought
very.
you were going to say the record was 11 points for being at the top of the league and then not winning it, but it's fine. Hang on.
There we go. He's got his buttons. He's enjoying himself, ladies and gentlemen. He is enjoying himself. Anyway, yeah, I think that's what I'm interested to see is can Southampton score 4 points? Not 3 points is equaling the worst ever. Can they get 4 points?
Look at the table.
They're pretty awful.
I mean, there's just one of those teams you can't realistically see when they're going to win a game. I mean, they've won 2 out of 27.
It's rough. Seriously rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like Leeds.
Drawn 3 as well. So.
Looks like Leeds are coming back up finally.
Yep.
Later than planned.
Good.
Yeah, that will be. Sorry. Oh God, it's getting late. It's for me anyway. Yeah, Leeds are on their way back. Is it Sheffield United as well? Look like they're coming back. Yeah. So, but the thing is, now, I just think there's such a gap between the Premier League teams and the Championship teams that
Mm.
you pretty much know they're going straight back down again. This season's been great for the likes of Bournemouth and Forest to the point
Yep.
where they're going to be able to now establish. It feels as if they're now established Premier League teams, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the same with Brentford. You think of Brentford as well, of course they're a Premier League team, but obviously they all got promoted, but they've done stuff, sorted themselves out. Forest have been insane this season.
I think it's pretty safe to say the way football is now, it's a case of the 3 teams that come up. It's between them and maybe 1 or 2 other teams that are in the league if
Yeah.
they're just having a really bad season.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at this year, what Southampton, Leicester, and Ipswich, they're all the teams that come up, aren't they? So,
yeah.
yeah. I've pressed to talking to a new season because I'm like, can't get optimistic about it.
Yeah. But yeah, so Spurs, they've been doing all right recently. It's not been too bad.
Looking better.
Getting their players back.
Yeah, I don't understand the I know obviously rotation, but like the bench looking better, that's for sure. But like we played Man City midweek, and he rested Son, Kulusevski, and Jed Spence.
Mm.
Like I get the players need rest because they've been slightly solid, but maybe start them
And then take them off at 60.
and then take them off. Yeah,
Yeah.
But like the second half, when they come up, like we dominated the second half. Obviously, City dominated the first half, but
Mm.
it could have gone either way. But oh, that's the other thing as well. Actually, did you watch any of that in the highlights?
No.
So Haaland scored a second goal, which got disallowed for handball
Right.
in like the last couple of minutes, and I don't agree with it at all. So the referee called. I don't think you could see it properly. But the referee called no goal handball. I don't think he saw it properly. VAR then took 8 minutes to check it, and they found it inconclusive.
Yeah.
Yet they still disallowed the goal.
They need. I think with VAR, it should
And
be.
that's me as a Tottenham fan. I think Haaland's goal should have stood.
The VAR. I kind of feel as if they shouldn't be allowed to watch anything in slow motion. They should be able to re-watch what the referee originally saw, because then everything's totally in context. And they should be given a timer of 2 minutes. If they can't make their fucking mind up in 2 minutes, they just go, we can't, referee's decision stands because we can't.
It's like the whole. It's when the VAR's been going on for like 4 or 5 minutes, which has happened God knows how many times. It's been going on for 4 or 5 minutes, and they're looking. Commentators, and we can hear from the commentators is, they're looking for a clear and obvious error. It's like, well, if you're at 4 or 5 minutes already,
It's not clear and obvious.
Clear and obvious, is it? Like,
Yeah.
if it's clear and obvious is you watch it once, yep.
Yeah. And the thing is, a
Handball,
lot of
yep,
the time when they're looking at this stuff, everyone's already seen the replay, and
Yep.
they've made their decision. You know what it's like. Oh yeah, that's whatever it is, but it still takes the refs so much longer than anyone else to deal with it.
Clear and obvious should be they play it at normal speed.
Yeah.
If they don't spot anything straight away, then that's not.
Yeah, it's not clear and obvious.
Clear and obvious.
The fact that they can see stills and slow motion it, and you can make anything look bad in slow motion.
Yeah. Everything looks 10 times worse in slow motion, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I do think they need to sort it out, and I am all for let's get some foreign refs in. Let's get the best referees we can get our hands on, because this,
Biased.
you can get studs in the face nowadays, and they're not sure if it's a red card. So let's get someone qualified in, hey?
He's probably too busy checking the Man City scores whilst he was like,
Yeah.
Man City, what? Oh, what happened?
Yeah. Oh, his head's come off. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, rough. Because the other little thing for my fantasy league was, now that Cunha's being sent off, sent off and he's going to be banned, I was like, oh, I'll get Mateta in. No, his head's off. Can't have Mateta. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I might have to put a City player in there, which doesn't rest well with me, but we'll see.
Well, hopefully Solanke will be back next week.
I'm not putting him in.
But that's what I was saying about the whole resting like Son, Kulusevski and that. Like I get like if they had a game this weekend, but they haven't got a game till Thursday.
Oh, right.
We played City on Wednesday, and he rested 3 key players like Son, Kulusevski, and Bent.
Mm.
But they could have started the first 60 minutes and then come off, and then they got 8 days to the next game.
I think, to be honest, you've got to let him off. Ange, this is he.
Yeah.
You know, he could be completely paranoid about injuries right now, and and that would be fair enough. The state the squad's been for the last long time. How long has it been?
It's been about 3 months now.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
To have that many players out, that's a real, it's...
Yeah. Well, international break's coming up end of March, isn't it? So at least we'll have Romero back for that.
Romero be fighting fit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's a bit of a funny time with the football at the moment. I feel a bit, we just had the FA Cup, which obviously our teams aren't in it, so it's a bit meh. And then it's going to go international football. Then it's FA Cup again. Just a bit. Oh, sorry again. Oh, Christ Almighty! The excitement. The Premier League really is the most exciting league in the world. It is fucking awesome, the Premier League, because I am interested, genuinely interested, in pretty much every game in the Premier League.
I mean, it has been a little bit boring the last couple of years, just watching City run away with the title all the time, and it's just, when are we supposed to be finding out about this?
Oh, mate, don't. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel as if that's good. They've just put Haaland on a 9.5-year deal. They bought that Mamouche.
They bought like 4 or 5 players.
Exactly. I cannot see them spending all that money with the knowledge that they're going into the Championship. So
I did see the other day. I think it was it the president of the Liga?
Yes, they're suing.
He's filing a complaint against them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it, because we should have heard by now.
Yeah, I mean, if they get away with it and get found not guilty or whatever it is, like, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth for teams like Nottingham Forest and Everton, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
They get done for one bloody count.
I mean, both of them got lucky, in fairness. It's not like they got relegated because of it. But yeah, especially Everton. Everton's one was really harsh because they didn't even spend that money on players. It was on their stadium. Whereas Forest, they took the hit, but they bought a lot of players.
Well, they had to, though, didn't they? Because they got back into the Premier League with loan players.
Yes, no, they did have to, but they did. But Everton, the money did not go on players. It was just because of their stadium. So I do feel a bit sorry for them, but they stayed up and they're doing well now. So
yeah,
happy days. They're about to go into a new stadium. They got big David Moyes in charge, who seems to be ripping it up for them.
New manager effect, isn't it?
Well, they got it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Man United. They certainly did not get. They've just been knocked out.
There's not a lot going on with Man United, is there?
We are talking freshly after Man United being knocked out of the FA Cup on penalties to Fulham.
Spoiler alert! I haven't seen the game yet. I haven't watched any of the.
Oh, sorry.
Right, I kind of expect them to lose anyway. To be honest.
Yeah, exactly. It's Man United. The draws happen now. I can't. I haven't seen, but game wise, yeah. Man United knocked out on penalties against Fulham, and this has got to be old Amorim. I can't remember how many games he's won, but it is not a lot.
Not a lot at all, is it? It's a tricky one, though, isn't it? Because I think the problem he's got is the players are so stuck in their own way, and they have been for years. He almost needs to. He needs to have a clear out, like a proper clear out. Like,
well, look, he's in trouble. They got their fresh new manager that they spent loads of money on, and then they wouldn't let him buy any players. They got a left back, in fairness, but
Yeah.
they wouldn't let him buy any players in January. So
But you look at like Rashford, like he's doing really well at Aston Villa.
yeah, he's got a point. He's got
And
gone.
Anthony is absolutely tearing it up.
Yeah,
as well. Like
they've both got points to prove now.
mm,
So they're both of them are on fire. They're both playing to get a new club, a big
Yep.
contract somewhere. They're showing that they've got some value. Unlike fucking Sterling, who is just I've honestly got no idea what he's going to do. I've got no idea what he's going to do after his loan spell with Arsenal, because he's not getting back into the Chelsea squad off of the back of
At least
that.
it's only a loan, eh?
Yeah, thank God, and we're not paying all his wages. But I don't. Chelsea are totally stuck with him because oh my God, he's shit. He's
They'd have to
so.
just terminate his contract, wouldn't they?
I bet they do. I bet they do. So he'll go into that squad. They've got like a side squad of misfits that basically just don't play. He'll go there because they won't be.
They'll stick a wig on him and stick him in the Chelsea women's team.
Yeah, maybe. It's pretty bad. I said I put on the Discord that I don't know if I could do the rest of the season watching Sterling, because it's just really horrible to watch. But I don't think that's going to happen now. I think they're playing Marino up front, and then we're going to start getting people fit again. So I think the Sterling thing will be no more after international break. Thank God.
The only saving grace Spurs have got is the players are starting to come back now, tail end of the European Cup.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's going to have to put all his eggs in one basket.
Go for Europa League. Oh, big time.
He made that bold statement, didn't he? Saying, I always win a trophy in the season, mate.
Yeah. It is. I promise this isn't a piss take. You're in the Europa League and not the Conference League, yeah?
Yeah, no, Europa.
Yeah, you are in Europa. So, yeah, that is worth gunning for.
Is it still the person who wins Europa who gets
Champions League?
For Champions League?
Yes. Yeah. Still.
No, it's not. It's not one of them West Ham Conference League ones. No.
Yeah, but that's what Chelsea's in.
Yeah, they're going to win that, aren't they?
Of course they are. I mean, if they don't, that's seriously embarrassing. With they've even put Cole Palmer, registered him in the squad now, so they are taking it seriously. In fairness to them, but yeah, do you know what? People take the piss out of that trophy, but for West Ham, that was a great day.
Yeah,
they still love it. It's still, it's a great thing for them, and fucking
I'm shocked to hear you say that. To be honest,
I remember I watched it. My dad,
because if Tottenham had won it,
oh no, it'd be fucking biggest miss.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, it's fucking made out of chocolate, that trophy.
bit like a charity shield,
It's
isn't it?
fucking Audi Cup status. But for West Ham, it being in Europe for West Ham was a massive thing anyway. Obviously that got them back into the Europa League after winning that. My dad, he it was such a big deal. He got a private jet. Flew. It was in Prague, wasn't it? The final. He got a private jet to Prague. He didn't have a ticket. He just went to the fanfare area, and he said it was absolutely fucking mental. And yeah, they won it. I watched the game. It was it was a really good day for them. So for some teams, it's a great thing. Not for the likes of Chelsea. Chelsea should not be dead chuffed that they're winning.
Yeah, when you look at like their last 5-6 years, they've got like a Champions League win, right?
Yeah,
and it's just
they should not. That is not. Chelsea should not be aspiring to win that, but they're in it
for the younger players.
Yeah. But really, it's for the likes of Bournemouth. If Bournemouth got into the Conference League,
yep,
I'd be all over it. I'd be watching it. I think, oh, that's great. That's exactly the sort of team that you want in the Conference League. Go and fucking win it, because it's a massive thing. But yeah, the likes of Chelsea, anyone like that. I mean, would you? if Spurs were in it, would you be super hyped if you won that trophy? It's a real difficult one because it's not even a second rate trophy.
It's more, it's more sort of for the problem that we have at Spurs. It's obviously you've got individual players like Romero have won a World Cup, right? But it's just none of them are really winners, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
None of them have got that sort of winning mentality and sort of I don't know. It's a tricky one. Like I think it's like you say, it's hard, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
European Cup, like I'd be well chuffed if Tottenham win that.
Hang on, when you say
Because
European Cup, are we talking the Conference League?
no, we're talking the European one. Like, but you got
Europa,
obviously
yeah.
Champions League, yeah, Europa. But the Conference League one's a bit different.
It's not for the likes. It's not for the likes of Spurs. I don't think
Yeah.
it's for where Bournemouth are now. It's for the likes of them. It's for suppose Forest. I suppose to a certain degree Aston Villa, even though they're in the Champions League and they're like, oh no, we're not Conference League. I think Villa.
See, a Villa, I see him more of a Europa
Yeah,
team.
yeah, just right.
But it sounds really bad, me as a Tottenham fan saying, "Oh yeah, look down Conference League," but you'd win it, and then the problem Spurs have is like you've got pundits like Jamie Carragher, who's just an idiot, and he'd be like, "Oh, only like he'd be saying like, oh, Spurs need to go for the trophy and all this sort of thing," but as soon as they win the Conference League, he'd be like, "Well, that's really be aiming higher, shouldn't they? Really, and take the piss out of it." And it's just
but
it's one of those. Yeah, you're expected to win it, but then you get the piss taken out of you if you did.
yeah, yeah. I kind of feel like I think Conference League. I think if you were in the Conference League,
I mean,
you'd want to win it.
Arsenal would probably want any European trophy, really, wouldn't
There is that. I would be a bit like, oh, I can't believe we're in the Conference League sort of thing.
they?
But
That
then,
would
but
be
then,
your first European trophy, wouldn't it?
here we go. Yeah, okay. But then once we are in it, I probably would be all in and go, well, we got to win it.
Hmm.
I do feel as if it's potentially a sackable offence.
I have that. I had the general mentality of if you're in a competition, you should go all out, no matter what competition.
Yeah.
It's a competition. Like this is why it used to piss me off. Like when you get the FA Cup, like third and fourth rounds,
And they put the kids out.
Yeah, it's like why are you not going all out for it?
Mm.
It's a trophy. Like
Yeah.
it could. Don't know.
But yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Right. I think that's it, mate.
Yeah.
I think we,
And on that.
another episode. Another episode done. One in the bank.
Yes.
So I've got a lot.
We've had like 260 views on both of the episodes as well, which is decent, man.
Are you keeping an eye on it?
Yeah, and over 50 subscribers now as well. So
No, that's good.
don't forget if you made it this far, well done. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like it as well.
Yeah, come on, guys. It's kind of important for us because we did set ourselves a goal of if we got 100 subscribers on.
Tricky's gonna put a Tottenham shirt on.
No, that is not going to happen. He's just making shit up.
He did.
But we were going to go.
To me.
We were going to go out on a little double date to any old excuse to socialise, I suppose. But we were going to go out, do a little celebrate of 100 subs. So that's our goal: get 100 subs. So please get onto YouTube, subscribe. We're also available on any streaming service that you may. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on Podcast Addicts, and all that good stuff. So we're available where you listen normally, but please jump onto YouTube as well and give us a follow on there because obviously Rich is keeping count big time. But we want to hit that
Oh
100.
no, I just pop on there now and again just to check it.
No, it's
see
good.
the numbers.
And leave some comments, because we do have a look, and what we'll start doing is I will start responding anyway through. I won't respond there and then. We'll talk about it at the start of the podcast. I think is probably the best bet. So yeah, chuck in the comments. I did get a bit of feedback, and this is just a mental note to me, is that we need the audio was a little bit on the low side last time, so I need to
Okay.
up that in editing. So I'll make sure we get that done as well. I got to figure out how to
No
do it, but
worries.
yeah, we'll do that. But thank you for listening. Yeah, it's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.